Woo! 2020. It's been a tough one, hasn't it? I swear. So even before the virus took place, 2020 was kind of hard for me. I lost someone very close to me this year. And the sad part is, they're not even dead, On a lighter note, 2020 has actually been by far the best year of my life, despite everything that's going on. And that means me personally, for anyone that's lost a loved one, because I know people that actually have lost loved ones to the virus. I mean, condolences to you and your family. For you guys that don't know, I've been on YouTube for 3 years at this point. Or was it 4? Jesus, I can't remember. 3 or 4 years. I think it's 3. I've had my website for 2 now. Come next June, I will be full-time Sugarless Crystals. Even though I've been lacking on YouTube, I've been busting my behind the scenes, putting recipes out at minimum 3 a week. Going back and redoing recipes. I'll put a couple up on the screen right now. Just redoing them and making the photos look better, making the recipe taste even better. Redoing videos for my recipes. Just overall, just trying to get better at my craft. I'm happy to share that with you guys because just about 2 weeks ago, this video was gonna be me quitting YouTube. I was gonna get up here and I was gonna end it in 2020 and I was gonna say my farewells. Listening to a podcast made me change my mind. And let me explain why. So YouTube, to me, I would say it hasn't been fair to me. But that's not necessarily true or untrue. A lot of people see me and then they say, well, I've never seen your channel recommended or anything like that. And there's a reason for that. I knew when I started this what I was up against. Like, for instance, look at me. I'm somewhat young. I'm 33 years old. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. So yeah, I turned 33 this year in September 9th to be exact. I'm young and I'm black. And it's before anyone takes it the wrong way, it's not a racist thing. No, there's no racism going on with my channel. I don't think so, but the reality is, when it comes to dieting or the food or creating the food side of things, you see majority of white women. You don't even see white men. It's just when you see men on the side of like bodybuilding and things like that, and working out and creating programs. That's where you see the men at. And to be honest, I think I would have flourished very well there because that's a man's space. But when you create something like this, and I'm cooking and making recipes, for someone to look at it and see, instead of seeing the average white female, or even a black female, even an Asian female, just this is not necessarily race, but this is a woman's world. This is a woman's realm. Cooking, because I started when keto was relatively early. It's like, I'm coming to this guy. What does he know about cooking? What does he know? And I think that hurt me, but it's the reality of things. And I don't have to deal with that with my website. With my website, you see the photo and I have a great chance like everybody else. You see the photo and you go to it and you see the recipe and I have a chance. And then if you want to check the about section, what most people don't. Oh, he's black. Oh, he's a man. I didn't know that. It kind of takes that away. The initial, can I trust this person? This person looks too abnormal. So being abnormal, it either was going to work for me or it didn't. And it didn't. It didn't work well for me at all, being abnormal. Another thing was, when people search keto on YouTube, they search information. Mainly people search information and they want to learn something. Now, I was like, there's no need for me to do YouTube. People are not going to learn anything from me. You know, I'm just making recipes. Like people go to Google and Pinterest for recipes. People don't necessarily, a lot of people don't come to YouTube for recipes. They come for information. And, you know, keto being the world, you know, it's just, I don't want to learn how to make a keto cheesecake. I want to learn what are net carbs and, you know, how I got kicked out of ketosis, you know. And so, you know, Keto Connect had that realm. Thomas DeLauer has that realm. Those guys, you know, they run the scenes, and that's great for them, of course, you know. But when it comes to YouTube, I'm only gonna watch one video when it says what is keto. But on Pinterest, if I'm looking for keto cookies, I may click 5 or 6 keto chocolate chip cookie recipes, because I'm getting a feel for it. I'm looking for the best, and so I have a better chance to survive there. And to be honest, I do survive there better. So when I thought about quitting, I said, well, there's nothing I have to offer. I don't have any information to give. You know, people are not gonna look at me and be like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to what the keto diet is. And I mean, I know from experience, but I mean, I'm not as strong as Thomas DeLauer or Keto Connect. I think they're far better at that than I am. But there's one thing that I didn't realize that I was good at. There's one thing that's information based that I didn't realize that Darius stands out amongst the crowd. And that's my experience in making recipes. That's my experience in baking. Maybe on Instagram, but there's no one on YouTube that does what I do. There's no one on YouTube that has my background. And there's no one on YouTube that's like me. There's no other Darius, and I forgot that, or I didn't notice that. All that being said, no, I'm not going to quit. Another thing I've never said is I have a little boy. Yeah, I never mentioned I have a son. I know, but come on now, you know the women want to have my babies and all. You know what I'm saying? I mean. No, but yeah, I have a little boy. I mean, I started a little early. I mean, but you know, when he sees me and you know, he sees that I'm constantly working, and not just working at my job, working at home. Like, I'm never sitting around watching television. You know, I'm always doing something constructive. You know, he looks at me, and you know, they watch you. You know, kids watch you. And so I've always wanted to set a good example for Cameron. You know, that's his name. I didn't want to quit because I didn't want him to see me give up. But, you know, it was also another thing where, you know, how much time can I put to this thing when it's not producing enough for me? You know, that's something that I have to consider as well. Now, some other news. As I mentioned, I've been working in the background. There's actually a co-branded product coming out. Yes. Sugarless Crystals will have his name on a keto product. Yeah. The product's already done. The packaging's done. It's just waiting on launch. It's just waiting to launch. And when it does launch, all you guys will know. January, you know, we're gonna whip ourselves back in shape because the gyms have been closed, and hopefully we don't have another lockdown coming. But you know, as long as the gyms stay open, you know, we're gonna get this thing in shape, and I want to give back to you guys. Now, come next year, I'll be leaving this apartment. Yeah, when I leave my job, I'll be moving to Raleigh. Now, I've always said, you know, I actually stay on the outskirts of Raleigh. Well, I don't know if you want to call it outskirt. I'm about 40 to 50 minutes away from Raleigh, depending on where you want to go. And I'm actually going to move to the city. So I'll be leaving this apartment. Don't worry. You'll get a whole vlog of that. I'll show everything, you know. I'll give you guys all of that stuff. Where I'm gonna have a full studio. None of this. I'm gonna have a backdrop. It's gonna be dope. As you can see, I got new equipment. You know what I'm saying? The money I'm making, I put it right back into Sugarless Crystals, giving it right back to the people. So if you guys can, I'm struggling right now to get a video out all the time. But if you guys can, give me about 5 to 6 months of these. Is he gonna post? Is he not gonna post? You know, just give me about 5 or 6 more months of that, and after then I'll have myself together. I'll be settled. I'll have all the time in the world to give you nothing but attention. Nothing but attention, ladies. Just straight for you. And fellas, you'll get attention as well. I'm gonna try to continuously post here in YouTube and just use posts and let you guys know what I'm doing, where I'm at. You know, definitely give you guys my new recipes, things like that to keep you updated. Yeah, just give me some time. I'm coming back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm coming back. It'll just be very sporadic. Yeah, it'll just be all over the place. But you know, if everything, to wrap this up in conclusion, if everything goes well in June, I will be full time. I don't want to say I'm lucky, because I don't feel lucky, because I've worked at it. You know, it was a lot of tired days, and you know, just sticking myself in the house and just not going anywhere. I'm gonna leave you guys with something, you know. I remember I was clubbing every weekend, and this guy I met out there, you know, he would go a while and I wouldn't see him, and you know, I was like, where's this guy, where is he at? Because I was out there Wednesday, I was out there Tuesday, Saturday, and Wednesday, depending on when I worked. But some nights I was out twice a week, some weeks I was only out once. I saw him and I was like, man, where you been at? He said, well, I'm starting another business and I don't really have the time to be out here. And I was like, well, I run a business too. What the heck am I doing? And I stopped going to the club, eventually. Eventually I did. But now I don't go at all. Happy New Year to you guys. And I will see you soon. I'm actually recording the video right after this one. Now after that video, I don't know when you're gonna get anything from me. But I am Darius. This is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. And I'm out.